Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody, and once again, welcome back in today's class. Today, we are on the day number 6 of our class. So, before this weekend off, we discussed mainly on the CSM part, right? We pick up the CSM stuff and we started this particular thing. Just to be quick recap, not in the deep level. So we saw this thing that how the ITSM and case are interrelated with each other. Then we pick up the key concepts and we're discussing these key concepts one by one. Then we pick up the business model, B2B and B2C is mainly. And in this, we pick up the concept of the consumer and the customer. We see consumer is one who is actually consuming it, customer is one who is buying it. In the customer, we have a primary account. We have an account. So now when we talk about the B2B, so two things are required. One, we need an account, and second, we need someone from the service provider side to whom we call the customer account manager as well. Like relationship manager is there. So similar, we have an account manager as well. Then we have a contact, the people who are working in that company to whom we are providing services is a contact for me. Then we see an account can have a multiple locations as well. And we have a partner. Partner is one who is account, but helping me means helping the service provider to sell the stuff to the other partners, other customers as well. But this person did not hold anything. He can open the cases on behalf, but he can't sell anything. Means he is not responsible for anything like service provider. Okay. Now what we are going to be do. So what I did, yes, on that Friday, we activated the plugin. But unfortunately, when I activated this plugin, my workspace did not get launched. It was not added. It was not installed properly in my PDI. So I reset my PDI completely. And I then again activate this plugin called CSM plugin. It took more than 7 hours to get installed in my PDI now. Not sure why. It took more than 7 hours to install that plugin, but now everything is sorted out in my PDI. So now we have a workspace as well, which was missing earlier. Now what we are going to be do, we are going to be have a look little bit on the table level. Number one, as I said that CSM is a scoped application. So if you come here and you can see this one, customer service. This is a scoped application. Scoped means that it has been designed in such a manner that it has no impact on any other table. That is scoped application. Okay. Now, but for us, it's not much matter here. The scope application matter when we are going for the update set creation. If you want to move or build some more things, then we have to be make sure that the right scope has been selected. So now I'll come here and open the tables. The ultimately that this CSM part extend from task and many other tables on the core side. Okay. So what we'll do now? Yeah. This one. SN. अरे नहीं. Sorry. पहले मैं consumer की बात करता हूँ. This one. SN CSM. Profile. Locations. Okay. So there are many tables which we are going to be used. So now we are going to be create a consumer, which will go in this particular part. And we are going to be use a consumer user as well, which we discuss in the further discussions now. Okay. So this is for the what I can say record creation, because in this particular part in CSM, these all get stored in different tables except this one. Account will go in the separate table, contract will go in the separate table, consumer will go in the separate table, partners will go in the separate table because we have to create the relationship as well in the partner part. Products will go in the separate table, but they're using somewhere CMDB or the data or that this model category and all the things they're using it. Contract will go in the contract table, entitlement will go in the entitled table. So you have to find out something like this: SN underscore consumer, S underscore customer, case. Like this, we have to be find out the tables. But these all are the scoped application. That is important. It's not the global, not a global one. It's a scoped application. Okay. Now, what we'll do? We will create one consumer because on that day we discuss about this thing. This part, consumer. And what is about consumer? Consumer can have multiple addresses. Like I am using Amazon, Myntra or Flipkart or something e-commerce website. I have a multiple address stored for me. Shipping, billing, delivery के लिए अलग होगा. So these are the things which I already have this particular part. So also we have to make sure that not make sure basically also these records will get created in the separate tables. Consumer will go in the separate table and consumer का जो login होगा, that's the login part. Because if I said okay, Ronald purchased a new phone, now he want to register this phone on the Samsung website. So what he will do? He will do the self registration. Consumer have to do the self registration. These are two ways. Either you can call to customer care and say, hey, I'm purchasing a new phone, can you register me? Or you can go to the self registration form, fill it, and then your account get created. Not your user ID get created. Account करेंगे तो then will again get confused. ठीक है? So now what we'll do? We will create a consumer here. Clear till this point or doubt, Andy? Okay. Now let's go here. Okay, before that, one thing more important. Rules. To work on the CSM, there are CSM specific roles as well. Admin is one, that system admin is one, but I don't want to give the system admin to my all users, because if I give system admin, they can do anything in the whole system. I want to give only and only the CSM specific. So now let's come here and search for SN underscore. Let's see if I found something good. This one. करते हैं. ये देखो. For the case type creation, services creation, account holder, account contributor, authorized, contributor creator, granular level. This is for the granular level is again for the CSM part, but it's a different plugin as well. CSM task agent, task viewer, case viewer, right one, consumer role for consumer case creation with the implicit external location role. Manager, contact manager. So like in the ITSM, we have a ITL role as the main. Then we have a module level role, incident, change, problem, SN underscore read, write role are there. In similar manner, we have a lot of roles available for the CSM as well. So when we proceed further with our module, with our exercise, with our demos, we will discuss that what role is required to do this particular task, because it is too confusing. It's not very limited one. So to create one consumer, we need a different role. To work on the case, we need a different role. To create account, we need a different role. And to manage accounts, we have a different role. So different roles are available here for the different purposes. And also customer and consumer are two different things. So that is again, the different roles are required here. Okay, but there is a one role which is required for the agents. That is a one, I guess where it is gone. This is a consumer agent, consumer service agent role. It is one who perform work on the case. मतलब कि if you are supporting to the accounts, then you have a different role. If you are supporting to the consumers, then you have a different role. Might be in my company, I'm a service provider. In my company, Himanshu, Ronald, and Chandramani is working. I don't want that Chandramani should support only to the external customers. So I will give him a consumer agent role. But I want Himanshu and Ronald should support only to the ex company customers. Then they will have a customer agent role. This is a bigger bifurcation. That is the reason that for the CSM implementation, it is important to understand who need what role and what is the concept that we're using it. Because there are some companies, there are some organizations who just use a customer, not the consumer. They say, no, we don't, they just do the B2B. They don't do the B2C. Just B2B only. So we have to give a specific role for that particular stuff. Now what we'll do, we will come here in our service now and look at a consumer. So just to be sure, the modules like this. Customer services, cases, assigned, escalation. These all are the foundation data. One more good point is that customer service management provided us a guided setup as well. What is guided setup? Let me show you here. This one. Guided setup is one which help you that how you can implement the CSM, including the foundation data. This will give you the step-by-step execution order that now you have to set up this thing, this thing, this thing, this thing, like in the ITSM. In the ITSM also we have a guided setup which tell me, okay, now you have to create users, now you have to create groups, now you have to create the location, create a department, create email integration, set up the email accounts, all the things in the guided setup. So guided setup is like a wizard. Like if you get a new phone, you have a wizard open, right? Configure your email, next, configure your language, next, configure your region, next. So these is all the guided setup. So bring your all old apps as well, next. Take a data backup, next. Put a screen lock, next. So series of steps need to be executed to set up something. In the similar manner, in the CSM also we have this guided setup available. So if you are very new in the CSM ecosystem, CSM domain, then almost everybody or use this guided setup. It's taking little time for the loading now. Let it be load quickly, then I'll show you. Okay. Any question? Go ahead, Anita.
Okay. My question is, when you were assigning role. Okay. I have a concern about why would is to ServiceNow. Now, why would ServiceNow start its journey with the role of system administrator, if the role of system administrator is very crucial, very sensitive, because you said the system administrator can delete anything from instance. So why would ServiceNow start its journey with the role of system
Okay.
administrator instead of maybe probably role of implementer? Because I feel system administrator doesn't know much about the instance. Is a
Right.
fresher, is a new person.
Okay. Now
Yeah.
I put a follow-up question. You have your own house, okay, and you are the owner of that house, okay. Your spouse is there, and your kids are there, okay. Now tell me, are you the admin of your house? Definitely yes, because you have a full rights to do anything in your house. Any refurbish, renovation, correction, update, painting, denting, painting, cleaning, messing up, parties, anything you can do, right? But
Yes.
you are not enough mature, but you buy a new house, right? It
Okay.
means to work on your instance, only admin rule is the one which is the main required. That is the reason it's said when you get a power, power come with the responsibilities. I definitely I said that if you have an admin role, you can delete anything, but doesn't mean that you are not responsible for the same. We can find out that what went wrong by this or why which particular user ID, and we can find out. So it is crucial, but if you want to be work on the instance, you need a admin rights. The same way you have your admin rights in your house. So you purchase the house and but builder still saying no, you can't do anything in this house. Then you say why I'm owner of this house. If I can't do anything, you can't drill it, you can't paint it, you can't remove it, you can't make a garden, you can't install anything else. Then you say why I'm a owner, because I can't do anything. So to do your work, you need admin rights. And same goes your with the kids and your spouse as well. So you teach to your kids, guys, don't do the painting or the coloring on the wall. Don't throw the garbage outside the house, because you are telling them, because if they did something wrong, they are responsible for the same. In the same manner, if you did something wrong in the system, in the instance, you are responsible for the same as well. Like approval role, I take example. Okay, let's say Madure is new in the industry, just a fresher, done his a post graduation and started a company. I said, Madure, going forward, if any request come for the more than 1 lakh rupees, you have to be approved it. And I give him approval role. Now he is equally responsible that if he did anything wrong with that role, he is responsible for the same. So service now say, if you are giving the role to anybody, we are assuming that he or she is capable to do that work and understand the role and responsibility around this particular role. Otherwise, we will not able to work forward. If we restrict everything from everybody, then how to work forward? And to reach to the experience of 10 years to understand the system, you need the previous experience. So this is what the purpose of giving this role here. Clear, Anita, now?
Okay, thank you.
Okay. So now let's come here. This is the guided setup, as I say. So guided setup says these points. Start, learn, and empowered. Start with the basics, learn the configurations, and if required on the later on, you can make a changes. And it says you have to do these things. What is your business case? It's B2B or B2C that you have to be understand. It's a checklist. Before you install even the CSM plugin in your customer instance, you should know that what type of business model it is using. Because as I say, I am a company who provide only the services to the other company. I'm a completely B2B. I have no external customers. So that is important. Then you should know what type of customer you are supporting it. B2B, then these things are required. Number one, account and contact. Account means and contacts are these. You need a customer relationship manager from the service provider side. Who is be taking care of these customer services? Let's say I'm the owner of LNG account. I'm the owner. And in my company, Sukhvinder is working and Ronald is working. Sorry, I'm a owner of LNG Pathshala. Okay. And in my company, Sukhvinder and Ronald is working. Then I will say, Sukhvinder, you are the customer relationship manager for the LNG account. And for this account, Anita is the primary contact. Because it is Sukhvinder's responsibility to make sure this account runs successfully. They are getting the each and equal services which we have promised them. This is what is the customer relationship curve. Account teams. These one. कौन account teams में like who are from the primary and secondary primary contacts for the same. This is come in the B2B. B2C normal consumer create one consumer and that's all. Then today we are going to pick up this part. We'll do this thing later because product says what you sold to the customer or the consumer. What you sold to the customer or a consumer. This, if I show, this is the biggest slide now, which we need to be understand. Not today, but tomorrow. So now what we'll do, you can click on the guided setup here as well. Get started. You will not believe when I pick up my first ITSM batch, then I come to know that ITSM also provided the guided setup. Before that, I was not aware anything like this. So it says foundation data. You have to be in the foundation data, you have to be create the account. So total 19 tasks what we do. Account, contact, consumer, user, group. Account means the company to whom I am providing the services, like LNG account. Then contacts. So either you can click because it is saying import. We don't have any data ready with us. So if you have a data, you can use the import sets, which is part of the admin training. But we don't have any data available with us, like no dummy data available with us. So we are creating everything now afresh. So in this particular part, total 19 tasks need to be complete. So you can see create account teams. Okay, so now what we'll do, first we'll pick up the consumer part. It's say import, but it will take, if I click on this, it will ask you to be share the Excel sheet and all the things will be there because it is taking the transform map concept here, which we don't have. So what we'll do, we'll go here and search for the consumer. This one. Okay. To create a consumer, a user must have this rule. It is important here. See, one thing I want to be very clear to everybody, because this is my first CSM batch. I am also learning in the pillar. I read everything a month or 2 months before. I make my notes and now I'm working on that particular part. So might be you feel something, Atul, there's some disconnects, but I will try to be at the dots when the points are coming together. So for consumer, we have to be, a user must have a consumer agent role. Yeah. Consumer agent role. And the same manner we have a customer manager as well. So like I have a salary account in X bank. They give me a call and say, hey, I'm your customer. Sorry, yes, your, what I can say, your consumer service manager. Generally, they call as a customer, but in our service now world, we can call as a consumer. So they say, I'm your customer service manager. If you have any doubt, question, clarification, you can reach out to me. Okay, so now a user must have this thing, a role. Now, what I will suggest you to be do here. Everybody know that how to create a new users in the system, in the instance. Yes, everybody know about this thing, right?
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Good. So now what you have to do, create a new user in your PDI. Or if you want, you can use my PDI as well. I can create everybody's account in my PDI. Okay, and give you the admin roles. Okay. I'll do this thing. I'll create a user for everybody, all 6 people here. I'll create your user account in my PDI, give you the passwords as well. Okay. Then what you have to do, everybody need to create a new user. Might be you can create a user called Ronald underscore consumer agent or something like you want to create it and give them only this role. Only this role. Or you can give them a customer service manager. Sorry, not customer. Sorry, customer service manager. That will pick up later on. Take this role only. And by using this role, create a consumer. अब देखो, even though I am an admin, but I still don't have the rights to create a user. So what we have to do? Consumer, customer service, customer and consumer. Okay, I guess I was in the wrong place then, might be. So sorry, I can see the new rule here. Or let me do one thing. Ronald, Himanshu, Chandamani, Sukhvinder, Anita and Madhura, you both are in the EST, CST time zone. Okay, let's do one thing. Because it's a team exercise, I always prefer user admin. Okay. New. Ronald. Okay. So Ronald, I'm creating your user. Okay. I'm sure Ronald know that what I'm going to be do now. Okay. This is your password. Copy and save. Okay. I'm coming here, Ronald. So my PDI is 250816. Okay. Rest you know that how to proceed further. Yeah. Okay. And your password is this.
Okay. Thanks.
Okay. Now what I'm going to be do, Anita, maximize page for this one, or you're saying for PPT? Okay. Now what I will do in the parallel, I'll create a group as well. Okay, and I'm creating a group called CIS CSM batch 1 and save. And I'm giving the role of admin here. And adding Ronald here. Oh, there's two Ronald already. Okay, so now what does exercise mean for everybody? Okay. So Ronald account has been created. Ronald will create an account for Sukhvinder. Okay. Sukhvinder will create an account for Himanshu. Himanshu will create an account for Chandramani. Chandramani will create an account, means this user, for Madhure. And Madhure will create an account for Anita. And you can share the password either in the WhatsApp group or either in the Skype group here itself. I have no objection, but this is a team efforts. Don't come to me, Atul, my account is not get created. You have to be checked with the person to whom your responsibility has been given. So Ronald account has been done. Ronald will create for Sukhvinder. Sukhvinder will for Himanshu, Himanshu for Chandramani, Chandramani for Madhure, Madhure for Anita, and work done. And what you have to do, create an account with the first name and add that user in the CSM batch only. That's all. No need to be give specific role because I already given the admin role to this user. Everybody, this activity.
Yeah. Atul, you saved that? Have you saved it? Because I am
Yes.
not able to see users.
Yes, it's already saved. See, I can see the
No,
password.
I can log in. I've logged in, but I don't have the admin role as yet.
Just log out and log in again because I just
Okay.
give you admin rights.
Okay, sure.
Okay. And guys, no need to put a lot of things there. Just put your name. You ready? That's all for everybody.
Yeah.
Let me come here. Clear everybody. Sukhvinder, Himanshu, Chandramani, Madhure, and Anita.
Yes, Atul. Clear to me.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now it's your responsibility to make sure your accounts get credited on time. But before tomorrow class, I want everybody account should be get created. And now the next exercise. I am going to create a consumer here. Okay. Now what you will do, everybody, after getting your account, you have to be create one user. It's up to you that which name you want to be use a user. Create a user and give only this role, consumer agent role. Only this role have to be give. Then impersonate with that user and create at least one consumer. At least one consumer everybody need to be create. See, in the CSM, two things are important. One, we have to be understand the basics. Second, we have to be implement that basics now. If you have admin rights, you can get the consumer, but I want to you to find out that is this role actually working or not, or might be we need some other role as well. So to exercise user creation, then create a new user for everyone, create at least one user and then give them only one role. and try to follow the best practice. And best practice says never ever give a role to the user directly. It means one more step has been added for you. Before you give this role to your new user you created, create a new group as well with any name and give the role to that user only. Because tomorrow we will add one more role to the same user. So better create a one group. You can get by group by your name. So Kuvinder underscore CSM underscore batch. So that you remember that this group has been created by you. But create the consumer with the new user only. Nobody will create a user by its own ID. Otherwise, something what happened that when we do the testing in the service now, we generally use the admin rule. That is wrong. We have to do the testing with the proper rule only, not with the admin rule. Like as Anita says, admin rule is crucial, right? I want to know that are my kids are capable. If I'm not at home, can they handle the situation in the background if someone came? And I can do this testing only and only when I'm not at home. Might be I just go out intentionally and hide myself in the back of the wall and to see that what my kids are doing now. So the same manner, where do we get the users, then consumers? Here everybody, and nobody will ping me one-to-one. If you have any doubt, question, use the WhatsApp chat. Because in the WhatsApp we have 7 people, 7 different minds, 7 different experiences are there. So if you stuck somewhere, put it in the chat window in the WhatsApp group, and then everybody think and will reply. If nobody is replying, I will be definitely replying on that particular part. Either give me a thumbs up or either unmute yourself and say, are you understand the complete exercise now?
Yeah. Create a
Only
user.
Ronald, you are saying for everybody's behalf, I'm sure.
No, no. Only for myself.
Be specific. It's a context.
Eh,
Be specific. It's only for me.
only for me. Yeah.
Okay, good. Himanshu, Madhure, and Anita. Good. Now let's create a consumer. Thanks, Himanshu, for confirmation. Let's create a consumer here. To go for the consumer, we will go customer service, customer, and consumer. And you can see it is coming from the CSM consumer table. This data is get stored in the CSM consumer table. Now another homework. I'm sure might be Sugundar thinking last week by the last week it was very good. I was enjoying. Now not sure what happened over the weekend to Atul. He changed the complete direction of this course now. Because it is what we have to do the exercises now. Start remembering the tables as well. CSM underscore consumer, because as I say in the CSM implementation, this is very confusing. And one more thing, don't interchange the terms. Customer is customer, consumer is consumer, user is user. Even though when you're writing your doubt in the WhatsApp chat, try to be use the right terminology so that it is easy for understand to everybody. So this is stored in the CSM consumer. Now click on this particular part, new. Okay, so I'll put the value here. This record will be created by the user you are going to be create. Okay, so it is CSMR number is this. Consumer number is this. First name. Let's say I am creating Atulya. Okay. LNG and you can put any mobile number, you can put business phone number, you can put all these things, you can put it because a consumer might have a fax as well. A consumer might have a mobile home phone and business phone and mobile phone as well. Okay. Put gender. If you want to create any, put any photo, you can put the photo as well. Definitely I prefer this channel only. Okay. Now don't put the email ID. Don't put the email ID. Question come why? Hold it for a minute. Scroll down. Put the address. Atul is staying in the LNG Street, city. You can say, चलो ठीक है. LNG State, Patshala, zip code. I can put like this and country. Now, because I'm a consumer, I can have my different addresses as well. So I can pick up billing address. It means this address will be same for billing, shipping and mailing. And I'm not sure that why they put this cloud operation. It's something different. Might be for some Azure fixes or the kind of things it is there. Now the preferences. This is important. I'm a user. Sorry, not I'm a user. I'm a consumer. I preferred when I got a call, it should be in English. Might be you have a question, Atul, it is showing only English because I don't have activated the other language plugins in my PDI. Yes, we can install the different language plugins as well. And if there's a multiple plugins, then I can show this thing. I am in the Europe London time zone. I always prefer to be use MMDDYY. Notification, yes, I want, and I want the time format as a 24 hours. Now login. Because I'm a consumer, so I need to be create my user. See, now the two things. This record is going in the consumer table. But how you will log into my instance? For that, I need a user account. Click on this and it will take you to the click on new. And it is taking to the table CC user. It means a consumer has a record at the two places. One is the consumer table by which I am dealing its addresses, preferences, and how a user can log into my system, that is going in the CC user table. So I want to be login. Let's say हाँ ठीक है, हाँ ठीक है, इसी से करता है, अभी तो हो गया. And here I can put my email ID. Okay, I'll not put it here because I want my consumer ID and my login ID or my this user ID should be same. So I can do all these things, password and all this, nothing required. Submit, because it is a self registration happen. Generally what happened, like say, as I say, Ronald purchased a new phone. He want to register himself in the Samsung website. So he will do the self registration form. So he will put only one email ID and that will get saved in this part. Now I come here and put there @lng.com. and now I click on the save. नहीं भाई, I come here. अरे भाई, its email are not showing. Come on. अरे, I already done this part, because what it says, once you save this thing, email, it will sync up you with the user table. It should show me here. Let me save or update again. अरे यार क्यों नहीं शो कर रहा है ये इसको? Wait, let me check in my notes. Yes, update at the top. Okay, I guess पहले ऐसे होगा क्या? Let me come here and see. Because this email ID will go in your user email ID as well. Active the true है. Why it's not showing there?
I think that there is some synchronization process behind this, so that might not be executed for you.
Chandramani, your voice is breaking. Can you repeat it again?
Yeah, there is a synchronization process
Yes.
which syncs this.
That is what I'm looking for, because there is a BR run in the background which sync this email ID to this user ID.
Yeah.
Not so that it is not working, or it will take little time to be updated.
Yeah, might be it have not picked up.
There is a that is what I'm looking for exactly. Might be what you can do now, when you create this user ID, okay, create the user and save the form, and then open and go and update the email ID. Let me put. Because logically and practically, as per the system, this email ID will go in the user's profile. यहाँ पर. Need to be see. I'll check this part, that why syncing is not working actually. So that the user should be use the same one ID where he will get all the emails, plus he or she is able to log in with the same email ID if he or she want on this particular part. So there is a BR. Let me find out the name for this. हाँ ये है. Let me check the business rule here. It is sync consumer to CSM. This one. So this will run on this table. On this table, and it will sync the email ID from consumer table to the user table. It should work actually. Might be take some time to be updated. Let it be load and check quickly. Yes, it's showing in the background. Oh. Okay, so now you have to be do this particular part. Create a consumer, fill the details, and then get a new user ID, and then okay, see, it's work on update, not on insert. So we are inserting, but now we have updated it. So what it do? This thing. It go to this table. CSM consumer user table. If you notice one thing, let me show you one. When you okay, अब तो हमने record create कर दिया. Let me come back and create one more consumer. If you come here and if you click on this, see the table. By the dot walk, it's going there. So it sync up these things. First name, middle name, last name, email ID, home address, all these things will be synced up. In our case, it should work, but not sure that why it's taking a lot of time, even though we update it as well. Let me do one thing. Might we try to be update something more. Okay, we'll see. But this will run and update all the details. Sorry, not update all details, these details, because it's set value to the table of the users. यहाँ पर. At least email should be get updated because that is what is important part for us to be understand here. Clear everybody till this point? Might be when you create your consumers, it should work. First save without email ID, then open this record again and then put the email ID and try to be updated. Then it will work for us. Clear everybody? Doubt, question, clarification? Himanshu?
No.
Ronald, Sukhwinder, Anita, Chandramani, Madhure and Anita. Good. Now what we'll do, you can see here address. It's one primary as a true. This one. Primary address. If I untick this, no, this should not be for the billing address. Then you can get the new address as well. Click on new. And do you want it to make a primary? No. Then is this a billing address? Yes. So when you go to Amazon or Flipkart or Myntra kind of things, you add more addresses. This is what is happening in the background. Your type of address will be tagged and go there, and you can see it is going in the CMN location. Before the Tokyo release, the concept of this address was little different. 5 different addresses will go in the different tables. But after that, they enhance this functionality, and now all the addresses are going in the same place. So by this way, you can get the more addresses as well. Billing का अलग होगा, this thing what I can say. Delivery का अलग होगा, shipping का अलग होगा. You want, you can create, but primary will be only one, not more than one. जहाँ कोई, if you find nothing, then primary will be taken care. So let me go back. This is the number 1 case. I'm still worried about this. Is it updated? Come on. Okay. Now you want to create a case. You can create a case from here as well. You can create a case from here as well. If I we will not create, we will just show, I'll just show you that what is this getting it from here. If you create a case from the related list, the consumer will be get auto populated. Consumer will get auto populated here. But this field and all things we will discuss later. We will not discuss now. Case is not going to pick up it up now. Okay. And in the same manner, if you want, you can use this guided setup as well. If you want, if you have a consumers available with you, you can use this particular part. Create transfer map and all things will be there. Same thing goes for the users as well. If you want to create consumers by this option, do this part. Go to consumers, right click, import and insert create Excel template. And download. Try this portion as well. Why not? Open. And fill these details. Fill these details and your work will be done. At least create 2-3 accounts. Then you can go here. The guided setup. We're creating consumers. Configure. Imported your Excel sheet with the filled data. Create an import set table, transfer map, and to follow the process, your work will be done. Up to you. You want to use the both ways, you can do. If you want to just create a manually, you can do the manual as well. Clear everybody? Doubt question? Yes or no? Acha, do one thing. Let me give you homework. Okay. Do one thing. Create one entry in this Excel sheet. Okay. And follow this process. Create import set table, create transfer map, and other things. And find out, is the consumer accounts get credited automatically? Means all this is gets credited automatically. If I come back. Is the user details also get credited automatically or not? Check karna ye. Now we are doing this part manually. But if I do the import set, will the user ID also get credited or not? Check this thing via import set. Clear what I'm saying or doubtful?
Yeah.
Good. Nice. And last question. I'm not going to move forward now because this is what you have to do. Read about consumers, read about consumer rules, and create at least one. But I'm saying at least one, but better you create 3, 4, 5 consumers by your end. And see, is this syncing happen or not? I will also create one consumer again. And we'll see that its syncing is working or not. Might be something wrong I did in the previous part. Okay. Clear everybody? Doubt, question, clarification. Nobody's speaking. Ronald, you say yes for everybody's behalf.
I'll stick to mine only. I'm fine.
Okay. Good guys, no problem. Okay, let me stop the recording and take a attendance now.